Welcome on in, everybody. Behind me in this general area is the area where I filmed my first video, or I guess where the first video that's on the YouTube channel was filmed at. I was going to return to it, and it's been about a year since I've been here. The gate was open today, whereas when I was back here in the spring it wasn't. I have a feeling this place is one of those ones that's open from like September 1st through maybe April or something like that, and then they close it down. But also it might be open because it looks like they've resumed logging operations in the area. When I was here last year, you could tell that some of the trees that were cut down had been sitting there for quite a while. You can even still kind of see that with some of the stuff that's off the side of the road here. Even like the little fire pit that I built up last year is not here, which makes sense. People have been driving around and maybe cleared out the ground a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna get back in the truck and we're gonna find a place to stay tonight. So yeah, we'll see you here in a little bit. All right, everybody, we're back. We found the spot for the night. In just a moment here, we're going to be setting up everything just behind me in this nice little wooded off area. As you can see by the trees, we are full blown into fall. There's very little leaves on anything, and if there are leaves, they're for the most part ready to come down. They're nice and brown. There is a nice little creek behind here for some ambiance. We will try to take a little hike down there tonight for dinner. We're going to do a camp version of one of my favorites, some Thai curry, and we're going to have a couple beers by the campfire. Some of the general stuff that I typically do on a video. Since it is getting a little colder out, the setup is getting a little bit more complex. Not complex, but getting a few more gadgets. So we have our heater, the Buddy heater. I brought that in tonight. It is supposed to get down into the 30s, maybe even like the high 20s. We're gonna try to get everything set up and rocking and rolling so we can enjoy the rest of our night. Welcome back in, everybody. Everything is officially set up. If you've seen the last couple times I've done this, I know at least once, maybe twice. I'm thinking twice, because I think this is the 4th time I've used this tent now, and at least 2 times I've shown the inside, I believe. Anyways, standard cot, sleeping pad, pillow, big Agnes sleeping bag, pillow, and then the sleeping pad. My bin that I keep all my batteries and cords and lights and stuff in is all right there. This one even included my Bucky's blanket, so if I'm a little cool rolling around in here before I go to bed, just throw them on my shoulders. Also, if my feet get cold, tuck at the bottom of the sleeping bag, help keep my feet warm. Buddy heater with the 20-pound propane tank extension. Propane tanks outside for safety reasons and also for space. I did fire that up already, so I do know it's gonna fire up later tonight. Carbon monoxide detector, another form of safety, making sure I don't, have any gas leaks in here or anything like that. And then, of course, later on tonight, we'll end up having the chair in here and a couple other things, so I can game or watch a movie or something like that in the comfort of my nice, hopefully heated tent. I've actually been kind of waiting for this weather for this tent specifically to see how well it does. Anyways, let's head on out for a hike. Okay, let's go for a hike down this little trail. Let's go check out this body of water. whether it be a creek, a river, whatever it is. We're gonna go find out. I don't think it's too far, but let's go see what we can discover. There's a bunch of wet leaves on the ground, right? Ooh, yeah. I see some type of pine tree. I figure probably just beyond that. We got deer. At least I think that's deer. Some deer droppings. Yeah, pretty sure that it's illegal to be this close to the water in the national parks and camping and starting fires, but somebody did it. But yeah, we're right here. I'll have to take a look at the map and see what creek or river this is. But we made it. Get some bonus airplane music too, or noise, not music. Some bonus airplane noise if the microphone on this action camera is picking that up. All right, I guess we'll go on back to the campsite because I am starving and it's time to eat. All right, everybody, it's dinner time. Just to kind of make the trip easy, I brought some blasphemous boil and bag rice. I got my Thai curry. Also to go in that, we've got some assorted sweet peppers. To make life easy, some shredded carrots. If I'm feeling a little snacky later, I got some mangoes and pineapple in here. But also some chicken. Pre-diced chicken too, so I don't have to do any extra work. That's how we like it out here in the camp. Even though I did also buy a new set of knives. And Also got these little cutting mats. But while we're prepping everything else, we're gonna get the water going for this rice. Oh, this has already got, oh, it's already got peppers in it. Good stuff. Dang, I didn't realize that. Alright folks, the minute I've been waiting probably about 40 minutes for, just about. It's currently 5:30. So we got our coconut tie in there with some jasmine rice, chicken. I end up throwing a couple of carrots and peppers in there. I hope this is as good as it smells. We're about to find out. Mmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. That's good. That's good. Not bad for cooking at a campsite. Okay, yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be any leftovers for this one. Man, that's good. Alright. I'm actually going to maneuver myself over by the campfire, eat my dinner. Guys, this is probably the best thing I have made while camping. Yeah, probably. The only other thing is I did make pizza one time using a Dutch oven. That was pretty good too, but I think this is better. Like, this is one of those things that I'm going to definitely be doing while camping again. Alright, I'll bring y'all back when it's time to hit up the campfire. Ooh. Heat. This fire feels good. Anyways, welcome into the campfire talk. On a night like tonight, the campfire feels exceptionally good. It's somewhere in the 30s right about now. I don't know, I don't have phone service, so I don't really honestly know what the temperature is at the moment. Other than it's cold enough to wear a jacket and sit by the fire and feel good, but it's not quite cold enough where I need to put on the the old snow gear just yet. So I want to talk about the state of the channel. To me, anyways, at least in the short time I've been doing this, my most recent video was my most successful video in the time frame that it has been posted, 3 or 4 weeks. Any other video in that same time frame, 3 or 4 weeks, has not done anywhere near as well as that most recent one. And the reason why I'm calling it successful is because, last time I checked, I think it had 800 and some odd views. It's got one of my biggest, actually no, not one of my biggest, the biggest, like, subscription boom happened on it. I'm not exactly sure what number I was prior to the video posting. I was either probably like upper 50s, low 60s, but now we're at 86, so there's been like 20 some subscribers off of this most recent video. The video itself doesn't have the multiple comments, but I think because people have been watching the video, they've been going and watching other videos, and they've been leaving comments on there. Basically, more or less, what I'm trying to say is, for anybody that's been watching the videos, for anybody that's subscribed in the last year that I've been doing this, leaving comments, I greatly appreciate it. You're helping me get towards my goal of someday, hopefully being able to do this, as a job, right? To me, this isn't really work. At least this part of it, the filming part, the cooking, the talking, that's not really work. The only real work is the editing part. But like in the year that I've been doing this, like, that's gotten tremendously easier. The hardest part about it is watching the videos to see where to cut, because like, this isn't, believe it or not, it's not just one continuously ran video. I do make a couple of different takes depending on what I'm doing, just to make sure, like, there's no big spaces in between stuff, because sometimes I'll sit here and I'll be in front of the fire and I'll space out for a second because it feels good and nice and warm, and forget what I'm talking about. But yeah, we got the Gazelle tent, and the whole purpose of buying that Gazelle tent was for weather kind of like this. So we're gonna see tonight how well it holds in that heat, to see if I could use it as a possible 4-season tent. Like, they don't call it a 4-season tent, but you're supposed to be able to use it in the cooler weather. If it works well, then it'll be a combination of me using that tent and then my hot tent that I have, which I still don't have a wood stove for. Maybe someday I'll pick up a wood stove for that, so I can feel this inside of the tent. But we don't have one of those yet. Oh, this thing did a little doot, and I thought something was actually coming through. I thought I actually had some phone service for a moment. But yeah, so I actually feel the heat. But yeah, thing about the winter time is it gets dark at 5 o'clock. It's only like, what? It's 7 o'clock. So we're gonna, finish up the campfire talk, and I'm gonna go sit in the tent, and I've downloaded some movies and some, YouTube videos and stuff like that. So what'll end up happening is, I think I'm gonna go watch Spinal Tap 2. Last video I said I was gonna go watch Spinal Tap, and I did. I thought it was pretty good. So we're gonna watch the second one, which may or may not be as good. Sequels never usually are. If I make it through that and I'm, still feeling a little peppy, I did buy like the new Keanu Reeves movie as well, the one where he's like an angel, and I guess he screws something up and then they make him a human or something like that. So may watch that as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with that last video. you know, not that I was losing motivation or anything like that, but it's kind of like, it's kind of helped me like bump myself up a little bit, you know, to to keep on going. Like I wasn't, like I said, I didn't lose the motivation. I wasn't gonna stop. It's just, it was just nice to see like a big, like a nice surge in stuff, in like viewership and stuff like that. So like I greatly, once again, I greatly appreciate it. And as a matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, and if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. Remember, subscriptions are free, at least on this platform. That and the thumbs up and the comments. You know, eventually someday I might get enough comments where I can actually take down some of the questions and then answer those questions on the camera for like the next video that's being posted. But a lot of times people will type something up, and you know, I try to get back to it as quickly as possible. Especially with like the first week of video was released, I'm usually monitoring stuff, you know, at least a couple times a day for like the first day or two, and then you know, I try to pop in once a day during the rest of that week, and then, you know, just it kind of dwindles, as just like how the viewership kind of dwindles on a video. So yeah, like me going in and checking to see what's being viewed and all that stuff slows down, because I'm usually getting ready for the next one. But yeah, we're gonna enjoy this fire. I am just getting over a cold myself, so we're going to only have one beer tonight. I'm still drinking the Oktoberfest from Sierra Nevada, and what was it, Stortbecker? This is a really good beer. I should go around and see if I can find any more before it might be too late. So I can hold on to them and store them in the basement. But yeah, I guess the government shutdown is over as well, or at least, you know, they pass enough stuff to get people working and paid again and all that stuff. And you know, to get people at least the SNAP benefits rolling again. Now, you know, not a very big political channel. Actually, it's not a political channel at all. I think it was the most recent video, or whatever one that came out around the 1st of the month, or not the 1st of this month, but the 1st of October, when the shutdown happened. Like, I felt the need to talk about SNAP benefits and medical benefits, because of the fact I know how people actually receive them, and those benefits are not, once again, they're still not being given to illegal people. So there's that. But you know, that's the end of that. When it comes to politics, you're gonna rarely see me discuss anything in there about it. Yeah, because you have your political opinions, I have my political opinions, and you just do whatever you need to do, and I'll do whatever I need to do, and at the end of the day, what's done is done, right? So that's where we'll leave that. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up at that. I'm gonna go finish this beer and then head in the tent. I might go start up the heater right now, so hopefully it gets a little warm in there before I jump in. But I'm gonna go in there and watch a movie, maybe two, and I'll report back next video. Hey, are you the little guy that almost jumped in the fire earlier? I hope not. Anyways, everybody, have a good night. Good morning, everybody. We're packed up and ready to go. Overall, had a really good night, nice relaxing night, especially after having that meal. When I got in the tent, it was nice and warm with the heater in there. I'm not sure if this was actually the temperature, but like the little carbon monoxide detector I have, it has a thermometer in there, and it gives me Celsius. It was saying it was 22 degrees Celsius. I'll have to look and see what that might be Fahrenheit wise. But it was nice and warm in there, nice and toasty, and actually fell asleep pretty early, like 9:30 or something like that. Yeah, nice relaxing night. Got the batteries recharged for the week ahead. I did a little sweep to pick up any trash that was around. A relatively clean campsite. Who knows, maybe these leaves are hiding a bunch of stuff that I couldn't find. One interesting thing I did see that I didn't catch yesterday is there is a shoe hanging from a tree over here. So some poor person came out camping. I guess their friends tried to pull a prank on them and they left without a shoe. Anyways, if you made it this far, please hit that subscribe button. You know, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Anything like that will help the channel. And I'm going to roll on out of here, and I will see you all in a couple of weeks.